The Daughter. This was a deeply impactful film that did not let us out of its grip. And that is so important for a film like this, especially being so timely with what is going on in our world. We need the audience to stay with it, to empathize, and to recognize that not all of us have the luxury of safety, and there are some atrocities happening. I felt so viscerally tied to this piece, and that is attributed to the brilliant performances that allowed us in and were raw and honest in a really difficult piece. I also thought the pacing was spot on. It had us by its grip, pulled us along, nothing was extra, and it seemed like I needed to remind myself to breathe, to release my own muscles, because I was that entwined with the story. I thought the idea of it being about a daughter and then she almost becomes the mother. It's through these challenges and through was having to grow up very quickly was a very powerful journey that we went on, and I thought that was very apt to name it that. This dedication to the children who have lost their parents to the war made the tears come out again, and I hope this piece will bring awareness, and I hope this piece will give everybody a moment to sit in thought and care and think of what we can do for these individuals. So congratulations on a very remarkable piece. Must have been a very difficult one to work on, but well worth the efforts. Very professional, gorgeous cinematography, and really strong performances overall.
This is an excellent quality film in its own right. Really well written, produced, performed, direction, all that is fantastic. But on top of that, it's also a very important topical issue and message that's being conveyed here. Does a great job at humanizing these efforts, the stories of these families that have been just affected so tremendously. It does everything really well. Again, and it's in its own right. Just it would be a quality stand-up film, but when you also consider the message and just the awareness is bringing and the humanizing of everything that's going on in that part of the world right now, it just takes it to another level. It really is compelling and an incredible film.
Some films make you feel emotional, some films make you laugh, some films make you angry. Some other films, like The Daughter, make you understand. I feel like the greatest achievement for this film is the fact that it humanizes the experience of a war that is so far from, I'm assuming, all of us watching this film and this review right now. And although, yes, we need cinema for entertainment and distraction, we also need it, essentially, and mainly for these sort of circumstances to feel closer. And so, The Daughter really packs this whole emotional punch. It immerses you in the experience of this young girl. She navigates the unimaginably terrifying and dystopian circumstances of the Ukrainian war. Of course, incredibly relevant. It's going to be a piece that will be essential in the future to remember. raw performances, raw cinematography. Really well done.
The Daughter is a story that essentially breaks down a current world conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and we get this sort of put yourself in someone else's shoe perspective. It's emotional, it's gut-wrenching. You don't get to spend a lot of time with the characters before they fall into their high intense crisis where they are put directly into a survival mode. And the title itself foreshadows what our ultimate outcome is, and our sole focus is seeing the story through the daughter's eyes. And it is more of a innocent perspective, this doe in headlights, so to speak, as we watch them go through this traumatic, gut-wrenching experience. After watching this movie, I felt that I am very privileged to be where I am and where I live, and to not have this show up, this type of issue show up on my doorstep. But also there's this striking dark reality that it could be any one of us. It could happen at any day, as we've seen world conflicts continue to grow. And I think these filmmakers did an absolute incredible job in keeping things intense through and through. You're just locked into the story when you're watching these characters. You're hanging on to every word that the characters say or the actions that they do. That thrilling aspect of that buildup of where do we go from here? What is the state of everyone in the home? Will everybody survive? And I also found myself on my own toes while watching this film, in the sense of there were moments where I even had lost faith almost. I remember, having a thought to myself of, will any of these characters make it out alive? And I don't think that they will. I was expecting everyone to die. And that loss of hope, is something that humans can endure in these types of high intense crises, yet you still see them persevere and continue, to reach that point of safety, which, when it comes to humanity, we still have this piece of us and this core part of us that still fights to survive despite these tragic endurances that happen time and time again in our life, both in our personal world and in the outer world that affects us, that's sometimes out of our control as well.